According to Radio Free Asia, the China-Vatican deal signed in September 2018 expires this year. Bloomberg reported that the Vatican intends to renew its agreement with the CCP on the appointment of bishops in the coming weeks. Under the accord, proposed bishops are chosen by elections and the bishops' conference in China, then put forward to the Pope, who has the power to veto. During his trip to Rome, U.S. Secretary of State Michael Pompeo met with Cardinal Pietro Parolin, the Secretary of State, and Archbishop Paul Gallagher, the Vatican's Secretary for Relations with States. Pompeo's team had initially raised the possibility of an audience with the Pope, but the Pope didn't meet with him. Bloomberg reported the reason for not meeting with the government leaders or politicians was that the elections were closing in. In his speech at the annual Florida Family Policy Council Awards dinner on October 3rd, he recapped his Vatican trip.
Just this past week, I mentioned I was in Rome, meeting with senior Vatican officials. I urged the Church to be a bold moral witness in defense of religious freedom, especially regarding China and the Chinese Communist Party's staggering abuses. I'm sure some of you have seen the list, but the reporters don't like to talk about this much. Today, 1 million or more Uyghurs and other Muslims are held in internment camps that rival the worst abuses that happened a century ago in Europe. Even as you sit in this beautiful place tonight, this great group of people, Christians in China, are being ordered to replace pictures of Jesus with pictures of Chairman Mao. Indeed, the peaceful Falun Gong movement banned its practitioners, frequently jailed. We in the Trump administration have spoken up about these abuses. We've taken action against those responsible. And importantly, we've rallied our friends and allies around the world to do the same. We've not led from behind. We've led from the front on this incredibly important moral issue. But as I said when I was in Rome, the government can only do so much. We need faith leaders, and I know there are many of you in the audience there tonight. We need faith leaders of all religions to denounce violations of religious freedom whenever and wherever they occur. A story. Using one's power as a religious leader is exactly what a man named Father Bernhard Lichtenberg did. It's a great story. He was a priest in Berlin in the 1930s. He was disgusted by the Nazi persecution of Jews. After Kristallnacht, he began to pray publicly, every day, from his pulpit, for Jews and other oppressed groups. The Nazis sentenced him to prison, and he died before reaching his final destination, the Dachau concentration camp. But let's all follow Father Lichtenberg's example and speak up fearlessly for religious freedom. It's our duty. It's the right thing to do. This administration will do it each and every day.
Many Catholic media reported that the Catholic Church would announce the Hong Kong Assistant Bishop Cai Hui-min as the bishop soon, a post that has been vacant since January 2019. Cai's pro-communist stance has raised concerns. Once Cai takes over, would the Hong Kong Church be dyed red by the central government? The 88-year-old Catholic bishop, Emeritus of Hong Kong, Joseph Zen, flew alone for more than 10 hours on September 23rd, bringing a letter to the Vatican and hoping to express his concerns regarding the Hong Kong bishop appointment to the Pope. Zen wasn't able to meet with the Pope upon arrival for 4 days. Neither did he receive a phone call. He eventually delivered the letter to the Pope's personal secretary before returning to Hong Kong. Joseph Zen told Marco Tossati, a senior journalist based in the Vatican, that he initially recommended Auxiliary Bishop Joseph Ha. Quote, now they, the diocese, say they need someone who is blessed by Beijing and proposed Father Cai Hui-min. Many people are unhappy about this. Our group is divided. Zen believes that if Cai Hui-min is finally appointed, it will be, quote, a disaster of the century and, quote, terrible for the Hong Kong Church. He also criticized Beijing for being a, quote, tyranny and that it is most absurd that the Vatican would appoint Cai Hui-min solely due to Beijing's preferences. Joseph Zen also criticized that the Vatican's ideas of renewing the China-Vatican pact was, quote, crazy. He believed that it is equivalent to going along with the devil. The Vatican should confront the devil instead, said Zen. Quote, the Church does not accept orders from the government. This applies to all locales. Zen's concerns have been covered by several Italian media outlets. Rome's largest newspaper, Messaggero, reported Zen's trip in an article titled, quote, "Pope Francis gave the elderly cardinal a slap in the face." Zen flew to Rome despite COVID-19 risks, but wasn't able to see the Pope. The Italian media Corrispondenza Romana bluntly stated in the report that recently, all walks of life have been concerned about the scandal of cardinals embezzling public funds, but it might be even more alarming for the governance of the Vatican that an elderly cardinal like Joseph Zen flew over half of the globe to discuss China affairs with the Pope but was turned away. Cardinal Pietro Parolin was the one who signed the China-Vatican deal in 2018. As a result of the deal, the Vatican agreed to formally recognize 8 excommunicated Chinese bishops, one of them now deceased, who had been appointed by the government without the Pope's approval.